Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to install Wine under Ubuntu. Wine is an attempt to black box reverse engineer the Windows API in order to enable Windows programs to run on non-Windows platforms. It has no support by Microsoft, so at best the implementation can be patchy sometimes. To install it, it's very simple, just like all apps under Ubuntu. Go to Applications, Ubuntu Software Installer, and the center will open. Type in Wine, it'll search for Wine, and go and install the beta version. Although it's beta, if it's under the Ubuntu Software Center, it means it's pretty stable. Press install here and it'll pop up here, it'll download whatever, and at the end of it, it will be in your applications menu like it is here. I've already pre-installed it, obviously. Just so I can show you how simple it can be to install Wine apps, under Wine, I'm going to install Fuba, which is probably the best media player under Windows. All you have to do for this particular app, because it doesn't require too much configuring, is to set it to executable and open it with a Wine Windows program loader. The first time you run Wine, it's going to give you it's going to create a Wine folder, and it's going to extract a emulated Windows environment. Well, not emulated, it's not an emulator. Wine stands for Wine is not an emulator. Okay, the installer comes up, just like a standard Windows installer. Go to next, read for license, next. Sometimes you get an option standard installation, portable installation. Most Wine apps are tested with a standard installation, so just if you get a choice, always go standard. Next, install. It'll extract and it'll put a desktop icon. There you go, a desktop icon on the menu on the desktop. Just run it just so I can show you that it works. And there you go, it's up and running. I'm going to install Office 2007 to show you perhaps a bit more complex application. Okay, hey guys, I've finally found my Office CD, and I'm going to now show you how to install most apps under Wine. I'm going to go through the standard procedure that you should go through whenever you're considering installing any app. The best way to do it would be to open up the web browser, actually let's open up Midori instead. Web browser and search Google for Wine app DB. This is a database for all apps that have been tested under Wine, and people give reviews and things. The web URL is appdb.winehq.org. You can search it in Google and it's usually the first. So we want to install Office 2007, search Office 2007 and see what happens. Okay, here are our results. The first one. okay. Under Ubuntu it's running as gold. This does work pretty well under Wine versions greater than 1.2. Here it should give you a how-to. In current Wine, simply install as you would. Open the disk and right click on setup.exe and select open the Wine window program loader. Okay. Post installation instructions. So you see most apps are broken down into the installer and how it runs. So in this case the installer works fine, just like a standard just as if it's under a Windows platform. And after that we've got to do some configuring, installing the Windows scripting host and some fonts, and setting some DLLs to native and built-in. This kind of thing should be on all the apps you search through WineDB, just a standard instructions and how well it works. Here you get ratings. I want to show you some of the top 25 apps so you know what kind of apps you can run under Wine. So you got things like WoW, well, just you get CS, Warcraft, iTunes, Counter-Strike, and all types of things. These are the top 25. You can also display the top 10 of every rating. So the top platinum would be WoW, and games mainly, because that's really the main thing that's missing under. Right. There you go. Alright, so let's install the Office 2007. Well, let's launch the setup anyway. Alright, so like all apps, you have to set it to be executable, or check if it's not already, check if it's ticked, and then just open with Wine program loader. I'm running this under a VirtualBox, so it's a bit slow. If you're running it on full hardware, it shouldn't. It would be much more snappier than this. Okay, anyway, as you can see, this is the setup. It's just standard setup, the next, okay kind of thing. I'm going to pause it now because it takes a good 10 to 15 minutes. And I'll come back and I'll show you how to run the apps through things like Winetricks and the Wine loader. Alright, hey guys, the installer has finished now. You see it's all there. Just going to close it, and I'm going to go back to the app database page. As you can see, the post-install tweaks we need to do to get things running is install the Windows scripting. Hers is what is called JS script, some fonts, and set some DLL, set the USP10 to native build-in. We're going to skip installing the fonts because I don't have the fonts available and they're not showstoppers. It's just that if a document has needs those fonts, it just won't load with those fonts. It will just default to whatever. So I'm not going to install the fonts, and I'm going to show you Winetricks and how to install JS scripts. Winetricks is a bash script that helps with the installation of the backend stuff, like web browsers and other bits and pieces that an app may need to function right. You could install all of these apps by hand through getting the apps through the Microsoft website and running it through Wine, but that can get messy because some things need other things and other things need other things. So to get the app on your system, you use wget, which is a download manager for Ubuntu. Just paste it into the terminal. In our case, we better type it up because my copy paste isn't working. wget http winetricks.org winetricks. Now that's going to download the bash script. We have to set it to executable through this is saved to my home folder because I saved it on the top, so have to change it to executable through chmod x or winetricks. Oops, forgot the O. There you go. That was a command, by the way. The command was chmod plus x path to winetricks. And we search for the DLL we want, the file we want, Windows scripting host JS script. So here are the list of apps you can install. Just search JS script just to see. Windows You see the app is called WSH56 for some reason. I was expecting it to be a JavaScript or something, so we'll install it through winetricks, path to winetricks, you know, the / like you install like you run all bash scripts, winetricks, and then that, then WSH56 in this case. By the way, through winetricks you can install other things like MS Paint and Internet Explorer if you need that kind of thing for some web testing, and Safari even. As you can see, it is getting the app from the Microsoft site and it's installed. Okay, so now we have to set USP 10 to native built-in through wine CFG, or wine configuration utility, wine for this one here, for configure wine. Let's go to launch the thing now. There you go, and and we set USP, whatever it was, USP 10. Add, make sure it's native built-in in that format. Press apply, and that's it. We should be able now to run Word or whatever you want to run. There you go. The splash is up. Username, whatever, okay. And that's it. Okay, all of that activation stuff we can skip. That's it. That's all that's really to it. Most apps are installed in basically the same way. If you wanted to, you could have installed the fonts. You could have copied it from your Windows partition or from a website or something and copied it into the fonts folder and run that fonts cache thing. I'll put it in the notes at the end. Alright then, that's that. Thanks a lot.